Hey, 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 Morning Coffee Live. And I am so excited because I have a special guest today. And I'm going to recap Happy Hour. We had a good time yesterday. And I just wanted to tell you how much I appreciate Jerry and Salute joining me in this process. Jerry has a great way of doing what he does, and he's going to have a great show today. And be sure and tune in at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. And Salute has her show, and Mark Garman has his show tonight. So be sure and tune in. So I have a special way of introducing my guest. You ready? Just watch this. I'm going to show in full screen, and I'm going to get myself out of the way.
Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul with a smile mouth and a carrot nose and two eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman was a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Frosty the Snowman was as live as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Thumpity thump thump thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go! Thumpity thump thump thumpity thump thump over the hills of snow. So remember back in the day when we would all play Don't Touch the Lava. The trees were castles. Oh, those were the good old days when we made the impossible possible. Isn't that just beautiful? And we all have that ability called imagination. So I ask you on day 9, start using your imagination. So what if there's no snow by you? You can pretend there is. So there's day 9 of Merry Christmas Spirit Fun. Whatever she calls it, huh? And we'll see you tomorrow.
Look, Laura's in the house. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Well,
good to be here.
We had homemade jambalaya last night. Worth the wait.
Uh-huh. Oh, so good.
And she ate every bite.
Sure did.
Sure did. So we're going to talk about if you get what you expect.
Mm-hmm.
Let me inquire about your take on that.
Well, the thing is that when you put expectation to something, that's when you can start creating that vision, and that vision of what you want is driven by your expectation. So if you think, like, Laura, I want you to do something for me. And she said, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to picture yourself 10 years down the line. She's like, I want you to just take a second. So I did. And it was really crazy because I was in so much doubt of my ability to even survive this life anymore. I didn't even want to live anymore. So like to actually be able to close my eyes and to have that vision of just what I want, even if it was just a fantasy, right? Because the whole point is you have to see it first.
You have to
You
see
did.
it first in order to believe it. And if you can't see it, that's when you got to work on the vision part.
Exactly. I was working with Mary this week, and yes, I love you, Mary, too. And we were talking about, if you believe you're awesome, you can be awesome, but you have to believe it first.
Yep.
And so many times we tend to cast doubt on ourselves and take us down the road to low self-worth, low self-value. What's your take on that? Oh, Mary said hi.
Hi, Mary. It's all about consistency. It's consistency because, like you said, you can believe that you're awesome. Like, for instance, back then I thought I was fat. And the reason why, this is crazy, the reason why I did was because I told myself every day, even when I was 70 pounds,
so
guys.
I say that.
Huh?
I say that. I say it to you all the time.
That's
I'm getting fat.
See, that's the thing, is that then it becomes a reality in your head. And it actually, accumulates to that vision that you have of yourself. So consistency is key. Like, if you just are satisfied with one day of being positive and uplifting, it's only a matter of time before it's just going to come crashing down again and the negative thoughts come into play. So it's consistency constantly, or even catching yourself when you find yourself talking about how you're fat and all this, and actually putting action to reaching your goal opposite of that.
Exactly. And, I love the fact that we can have faith and believe that we're better every day and we can grow.
Yep.
So if you believe, like, for instance, trustworthy, if you believe in people being trustworthy, do you see them differently if you believe?
Oh yeah. When you have trust in somebody, and trust is hard to build, right? That's not something that's easily attainable with everyone. And my thing is that I give people my full trust until they give me a reason not to.
Exactly.
And then in that case, then I don't always tell them all the things that I want to tell them, or whatever it is, right? But I always give them the benefit of the doubt that they can be a trustworthy person. And that's just my heart, because that's what God calls me to, just love people and trust them. And then, if they show me other colors, that's okay. That's something that they're probably working on, hopefully.
Well, we talked about it yesterday. If you're getting on the elevator and you have somebody that's not trustworthy over and over again, just hit the stop button and let them off.
That's it. I remember you talking about that. You just let them out.
How many times have you accepted a challenge in your life that you were inspired to do? Can you tell me about one challenge?
A challenge that I inspired to do?
That made you change for the better.
The belief that I could change. And that took a very long time, because it's reprogramming our mind to believe that we can. Because for years, if you're telling yourself for years that you are not worthy, that you are worthless, that you're not going to achieve anything, then there's a lot of reprogramming needed. And that's why I tell people, don't just quit on your first month of trying to better yourself and then you just feel like defeat. Because after years of telling yourself negative things, it's going to take some time and some loving yourself in order to push through that.
Exactly. If you go in the gym and you haven't been in the gym in 10 years and you work out for a week, you gain weight.
Yep.
And you stand in the mirror and said, it's hurt so much, what's the point? And this pushing through with the consistency to see the end result.
And that's where vision comes into play, because we live in a world with complete instant gratitude surrounding us everywhere. So like you said, you go into the gym, you go there for a week, you hurt, you're painful, but you don't see a difference, right? Because it's a week.
Exactly.
You don't see a difference.
And how long did it take you to get out of shape? Like a lot, like 10 years for me. And went in the gym for a week and I said, So I was really good at eating food, a lot of food.
Aren't we all? Especially when you cook. Always such a good cook, guys.
It's good. Homemade jambalaya. We're going to post some pictures to make you hungry. So how about if you see yourself successful in life, how much that plays in being successful?
Oh, it's everything. It's everything. You have to believe that you can get there. And what I like to do, and I don't know if anybody else on here does this as well. I hope you do it too. I haven't asked you. Doing a vision board.
I do.
A vision board every year. And you just sit there and you think of all the things that you want to manifest in your life over the next year.
Yep.
And then you put it, I have a really cool board I'll have to show you. But it's crazy when you do that, that when things just start happening, like every year when I do that, I look back at it at the end of the year and a majority of that board I've completed.
Yes.
And I've done because I created that vision and it's somewhere in my house where I can look at it every single day. And even if I don't read it or look at it like consciously, it's coming across.
Janice said you have to love yourself. Was typing that as you said it.
Amen,
and
Janice.
Mary said, Mary, I want instant gravity. Me too.
Me too. But you know, that's the tough part. It's just going there every day or 3 times a week or whenever you do and just saying, you know what, I know this hurts right now. I know this sucks right now, but I have the long-term vision of where I'm going. And so I'm going to push through no matter what. And funny thing is we don't even see the changes ourselves over time because it's such a slow progress. So that's why before and after.
Inch by inch is a cinch, you know. And what did Lynette say? I like fast food. You may get full, but the best food take low and slow.
That's right.
And love.
That's right, Lynette.
And Susan said, oh my God, I love vision everywhere.
Every year. Whoop, whoop.
You know, thank you for correcting me.
I got you.
I think Susan's going to be on Mark Garman's show tonight at 6 p.m. I think that's right. So what about relationships?
It's the same thing. Are you getting it over time? You're going to start processing this and then it's going to start actually functioning in there.
You are so funny.
Mary, I know. I'm calling him out too. I'm calling him out too.
Oh my, you know. Have nothing. Go ahead. Yeah. Talk about it.
You have to constantly focus on really, and this is what I think. Okay, this is what I think. That if you are not achieving that success that you want and creating those boundaries or those walls for yourself, I always look at myself within. And I see, okay, well, what's going on within me that I'm not feeling okay with? Because usually that's reflecting onto the other people. And maybe that's not achieving what I want out of a relationship, whether it's romantic or just a platonic relationship, friendship. And that alone will help increase the love in your heart for yourself, which then, you know, it basically creates the life that you want with that alone.
Yeah, I believe that most things in life or self-imposed.
Yep.
And you sabotage yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never have a relationship. Hey, Mary, give me a break. I'm just not saying anything bad. So listen, I'll never have a relationship. I'll never save any money. I'll never be financially independent. I'll never get in shape. Bad words.
Yep.
Bad words. And we tend to do that, and you have to stop.
Yeah.
So how do you suggest stopping?
Well, it's awareness of self, because sometimes, like I said, you have years of telling yourself these negative things. And so it becomes a habit and a pattern. So just like any habit that you break, you got to work it. You got to work it. And you got to catch yourself. You got to then bring awareness to that and then reverse it. Do something about it. Do something about it.
Do something about it. Preach it.
Woo! here we go. No, you have to, because if you don't, you're only allowing yourself to live that same life that you've always lived, and which if you're miserable in it, then why are you there?
Exactly.
So.
Salute says Mark Gomeron's show is 5 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks for the correction. I'm getting corrected. I can't read.
Hey,
talking about relationships. So fun. What? You are searching the backboard. It's hurting my ear.
You are searching the blackboard. It's hurting my ears. Oh, scratching. She meant scratching.
Oh, scratching.
So by you saying never, never, never.
Oh, I got it.
It's basically like,
I got it. You know,
yes.
Scratching. Never, never, never give up. Never give in. Okay. Never give out. Never give in. Yay! Better Mary. So how about when you have a stroke? I know you haven't had one. You have aphasia. I believe, as Brooke Allen says, recovery is possible.
Yep.
How do you believe that has a role in believing that recovery is possible? Having a vision for yourself that you can get better every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. Some days are better than others when you have a stroke, when you have aphasia, but recovery is possible. Tell me about that.
Well, for me, whenever I'm trying to achieve something, I find other people that have done it.
Me too. Yeah.
And with that, you're creating and you're building that belief, even if you don't have it right now. Yeah, my ex keeps telling me I never, so I got rid of the I never.
My ex.
There you go.
Lynette in the house.
There you go. Getting it done. But no, I mean, you just find ways, whatever works for you, to build that belief within you. And if you don't know what that is yet, then that's when you start reaching out.
Yep.
And you start making and putting in that effort and that action to get it. Because if not, you're just telling yourself that you're comfortable, that you're afraid of the unknown. There's usually an underlying fear why we don't do the things that lead us to our greatness.
We talked about last night. What's the word I'm trying to say? Give me a little more information about that, about fear and how it plays a role.
It sure does, because like we say, if you want to talk, you could have easily just been like, you know what, screw this. My whole life is gone.
Yep.
I can't talk anymore. I might as well just give up and quit now. And sometimes a lot of people feel that negativity just drawing in, because when you've had so much removed from your life, it just feels like an empty pit.
Yep.
And yet if you were to have stayed back, there may be an underlying fear, and who knows what that may be for each individual. But for this case, it might be that you're afraid of failing.
I was so afraid of not talking.
Yeah.
That was my goal. Just talk. Talk. Because to lose your voice is everything to me.
Yeah.
And I think most people feel that way. But I talked with a speech therapist, my first speech therapist. She said, Christina said, only 40% of people do the work.
Yeah.
And only 15% continue after year one, 7% after year two. That's staggering. You can learn something every day, and you can adopt new strategies. You can learn add a word, add a sentence, add a phrase. Just like if you can't say by the way today and you can say by the way tomorrow, that's progress. If you can't say, like, tell me one thing that you want to do, and you can't say that tomorrow, but you can say it a week from now, that's progress.
Well, and see, you are using fear as fuel.
Yes,
so
I did.
sometimes you can do that. Like sometimes fear can be used as fuel. Like he's like, I
convert
don't
it.
not want to talk again.
Exactly.
And so you put in the effort to do it.
Yeah.
But a lot of times what we do is we hide under our fears. So that way we don't have to do action. We don't have to put ourselves out there. We don't have to do anything to make us feel that uncomfortable feeling that comes along with it. And just accepting where we are, which most of the time is not where we want to be.
You know, do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain. I believe that. And just have to get up and do the work and get up early and catch a few sunrises. And I did it today. I worked for 2.5 hours before I saw her. But I get up early, 4 o'clock. So I have a special thing for you. I'm going to end, we're going to be back, but I'm going to show another Laura special broadcast. You ready?
I'm ready. Oh, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Show in stream. Hide.
Oh, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do. Don't want a doll, no dinky tinker toy. I want a hippopotamus to play with and enjoy. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. I don't think Santa Claus would mind, do you? He won't have to use a dirty chimney flue. Just bring him through the front door, that's the easy thing to do. I can see me now on Christmas morning, creeping down the stairs. And what a joy and a surprise when I open up my eyes to see a hippo hero standing there. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do. No crocodile, no rhinoceroses. I only like hippopotamuses, and hippopotamuses like me too. Happy first day of December, which is the first day of Christmas Spirit Fun, starting December 1st and ending on Christmas Eve. Created to bring you a little more Christmas spirit during this time of the year, which can at times be a struggle. And my song is supposed to keep you aware of the fact that some people in your lives, it could be me, might ask you for gifts that are completely out of your reach. And that can sometimes make you a little stressed too. I still want a hippo. But besides my hippo, I think it's important to remember that the most important thing you could give during the holiday season is love. How about time? Something that everyone claims that they have none of. And how about effort? Something that shows that you have to do more than swipe a credit card. And even if it might not be what they originally wanted, remember that down the line, your efforts will show, and they will be appreciated. So Merry Christmas for Christmas Spirit Fun, Day 1.
Whoop, whoop.
We are back. So,
And it's funny because I saw in the comments, Miri, you were saying the same thing that I was, and as long as it's not paralyzing fear.
Exactly.
So that's what I was discussing. So thank you, Miri, for identifying the two in words. I like that better. So there's paralyzing fear, and I think you've talked about this as well. And there are different types of fears. Also, different people react differently to fears. So like we were talking about. So thank you, Miri.
Thank you, Miri. You're so wise. Hey, Yvonne, and hi, Paul. Have you read any of Yvonne's poetry?
Not yet, no.
I'm going to show you when I get off this broadcast. So, parting thoughts from you.
Parting thoughts. Just to stay consistent, guys. There's a lot going on in this crazy world that's going on, and sometimes it may feel overwhelming to stay consistent to our goals and what we want. But even if you have to write it in big letters, we were talking about this earlier too. Visuals are so important, even if they're just big words written out and you plaster it on your wall, because then it's just a constant reminder of where you want to go, even when you're feeling down and doubting yourself, and knowing that this is where I'm going.
Yes. You know, hey, Mary, you're laughing again. Ha, 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 ha. Love you, Mary. And I hope you have a great day. As I always tell you, you are someone special because you are. You were destined to be great. God didn't sponsor
any flops.
And you were put here designed for maximum accomplishment from birth. Go be great. Be blessed. Have a nice day, and I'll see you later. Have a good time today.
God bless you all.
God bless you all. Bye.